Hi there, my name is Ratnu Vaidya. I'm one of the HLA scholars in the 2020-21 academic year, cohort 16 in Newcastle. And today I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about Caring Fifth, which was my project on improving the visibility of unpaid carers within the NHS workforce. So what were the aims and objectives of this project itself? First and foremost, it's to create testimonials for unpaid carers that make up part of the NHS workforce. Carers UK estimates that around 1 in 5 members of the NHS workforce is classified as an unpaid carer. So it's a group that lacks visibility, lacks representation, and ultimately lacks a voice and a say in kind of who they are and how decisions are being made. So this kind of ties into the next thing, which is about promoting visibility. You can't advocate for a group and you can't speak about a group if people don't know that said group exists. And really, I wanted to highlight some of the positive aspects that caring can provide, because it's quite easy to focus on the negative aspects of certain demographics. It's quite easy to focus on the challenges, but a lot of the time we kind of overlook some of the strengths that these people can give to the workforce. So in order to do this, what resources were needed? First and foremost, it was time. And secondly, because it was quite an online, quite remote project, social media was a really, really valuable tool. I also got in touch with one of my friends who was a designer, who set up this logo, which you can see here on the screen. I set up a Twitter account, etc., etc. So there weren't any kind of like material resources that were particularly needed per se. So this was a kind of idea of the process and the plan behind it. This was the Gantt chart that I made earlier on in this academic year. So things like deciding a name, creating a logo, the social media handles, designing a questionnaire for unpaid carers, distributing it, and then towards the end, sharing testimonials of unpaid carers who work within the NHS. So what were the learning points and what were the future plans for Caring Fifth? I think it's important to kind of recognise plans exist, plans can be useful and plans can be helpful, but often the reality can be very, very different. So what I found was that the more I was contacting people, the more I was contacting different organisations, the more I was spreading the message on social media, through WhatsApp groups, etc., the uptake of the survey was quite low. So, you know, just because there's a plan and you kind of have ideas about how you want to do something, doesn't mean you always have to stick to that. Secondly, I was working alone. This was kind of my pet project. This was sort of something that I was very passionate about. But I think that when kind of life circumstances occur and when you face other challenges outside of that, it's important to have other members of a team to rely on. So I think that in future, kind of moving forward, doing this alongside other people will be really, really useful and really, really worthwhile. And finally, I thought it'd be quite good to work smarter as opposed to harder. So what I would do is I'd send emails out to lots of different NHS trusts to kind of put the survey in a newsletter, but ultimately that doesn't yield as many results as contacting people directly and going through the direct organisations. So thank you very much. This is my LinkedIn if you want to find out more.